Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to give everyone just a few moments to enter into the webinar. We will get started very quickly. While we're waiting, if you want to drop your name, your business into the chat, we love an active chat, love to get to know some of our participants, and we will get started in just a moment. I see that we have some raised hands. We have all of our attendees muted. We're unable to unmute people. So if you do have questions, we ask that you put them in the chat. And we are just waiting just a few more moments to let all of our attendees join. We're so excited to have you all. Thank you so much. Yes, love to see all of that activity in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to get started here. Welcome. My name is Rachel, and I am the Marketing and Communications Specialist here at the Temple Small Business Development Center. The Temple SBDC helps small businesses to start, grow, and succeed. We do this through our no-cost consulting and a variety of no-cost webinars and training programs like the one that you're attending today. You are joining us for Reaching Customers Online with Google. We are recording today's session, so a copy of that recording will be sent to all of our attendees within a few days in a follow-up email. As I mentioned, all of our attendees have been muted, but we encourage you to post any questions that you have in the chat. And I am now going to turn the floor over to our presenters, Soleil and Vicki.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I was busy in the chat over here. I love this. So Sabrina was at the last workshop and she has follow-up questions. So Sabrina, just hang tight. Vicki is about to drop all of our contact information and you can email me with any follow-up questions. I'm so happy to be back with my Temple SBDC family. I always have a great time learning and growing with you all. Today, we are going to be rounding up July. We are going to be finishing up with Reach Customers Online with Google. I love this workshop because it gives you a little bit of taste of everything, of all we have to offer that will really help your business get the exposure that it needs to grow online. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Soleil Meade. I am your Pennsylvania Grow with Google digital coach. I'm also the owner of Soleil Branding Essentials, which is a full service graphic and web design and brand strategy agency. I love helping small businesses like yours help your vision to become into full, vibrant life through the designs that I do. Excuse me, let me grab some water. Sorry about that. I need some water. So I love helping people bring their vision to life. And my role as your digital coach really allows me to take that to the next level. I also would love to introduce my coach assistant, which is the Texas Grow with Google digital coach, Vicki Sepulveda. Vicki is my Google bestie, and she will be joining us in the chat today. She'll be dropping information, dropping some of that engagement, answering some of your questions. And to be completely honest, the reason why we drop our contact information in the chat for you is because we want you to reach out to us. If you have questions, if you need more assistance with something that we cover, reach out to us. Vicki and I are both small business owners. We love working with small businesses like yours. So definitely reach out. Feel free to follow us on social media. The Digital Coaches Program is on Instagram. And if you are watching and you see something that you really like and you want to screenshot and tell your friends about what you're doing today, definitely hashtag Grow with Google and Google Digital Coaches, and copy me and Vicky. And we look forward to hearing from you and connecting with you in that way. So I'm going to go ahead, take another swig of water real quick, and then get right into our session today. So I want to ask everyone this question. Where is it that you typically go to find what you need? Where is it that you go to find what you need? Drop it in the chat. If you have a question about something, if you need more information, I already see it. The answer is on the slide, but I know you all did not have to look at that to know that it's Google. I was doing a follow-up call with one of Grow with Google participants yesterday, and we were on a Zoom, and I was just like, oh yeah, I just was Googling, like, how can you tell if your dog has a cold? We literally Google everything possible. So especially now more than ever, coming out of the pandemic, which was such a big shock to us and how we function and flow through life, we really had to be very mindful of integrating your online presence. And that's what we are going to talk about today, how you best reach customers online through Google products. So because so many people are turning to online and a brand presence in order to do that, let's go ahead and talk about some of the statistics and some of the things that can help you understand the power of Google. So in this slide here, you see that we are sharing that local businesses have grown more than 80% year over year, including searches like local businesses near me and support local businesses. So that is showing you that people are literally looking to find small businesses just like yours. So then you also want to look at the fact that 61% of consumers actually think that buying online and picking up in the store is more beneficial to you, for you to figure out if what you actually need and what you are interested in is worth the trip to the store. So here we are living in a society where people are using online to actually grow their business. So that presence is so important. So let's go ahead and move into the agenda for today. So first, we are going to go ahead and talk about Google search, which we will also move us into talking about SEO. We are going to break down and help you understand kind of what happens when someone does a search and the importance of search engine optimization for your website. We are then going to talk about a Google business profile, and we're also going to talk about Google Ads and online advertising. So Vicky dropped a question in the chat. I'm very interested to know which ones you are most interested in. Are you interested in learning about 1, SEO, 2, your Google business profile, 3, Google Ads, or 4, all of them? So drop that number that corresponds the most with you in the chat. I love it. So I'm really excited to see there's so many people ready to learn. And again, when you have questions, drop them in the chat and Vicky and I will attend to them. I usually take a break in between each section and attend to any questions that you have. So do not hold back in asking your questions. So let's get into talking about how Google search works. I have been having a lot of conversations lately with people who may have experiences such as, like, I didn't grow up with a phone in my hand. I don't understand how the internet and all the online stuff works, but I'm giving it my best shot. And I just want to salute that, because I also did not grow up with a phone in my hand. Neither did Vicky. We all learned digital skills as we grew. So Google search, Google #1 is the #1 search engine in the entire world. And what Google does is it uses an algorithm or like a computer program to power its search. And what the algorithm does is it helps to find the information that best suits what you are looking for. So that in a nutshell is what Google search is. Let's go into a little bit more detail and unfold what an actual Google search is, which many of us have already said that we've done it today. So I want you to think about search as a library that has billions and billions of books in it, and it's growing literally by the day. And imagine being in a library with billions of books and there's no card catalog. So it means that if you need to find a particular book about a specific subject or specific information that a particular book holds, the library isn't equipped to do that. But that is kind of what the website is like. But when we have search engines like Google, they help to act as that card catalog. What Google does is it comes in and it scans all of the pages in all of the books in the library so they can pull up what is most relevant to what our searchers are looking for. Let's look into that a little bit more. So what it does is it goes and finds that information through what we like to call crawling. So again, it crawls all of the sites. And then what it does is it generates a search results page, which is what you see on the slide here. So each layout will look different depending on whether you're on a desktop or a mobile device. But at the end of the day, we are going to focus in on the fact that whenever you do a search, and that's how people are going to reach you online, no matter whether you're on a mobile device or a laptop or a desktop or an iPad or an Android tablet, it doesn't matter what you are on, the search results are going to look very similar to this. You're going to see text ads, you're going to see organic results. Those are the ones that are just kind of naturally populated based off of what you search, and then you'll see a business profile. So this workshop is going to focus on your 3 ways that your business can appear in the search results, which are the organic results, the business profile, and then with advertising. So this is kind of what it might look like behind the scenes. There's a lot of things happening whenever a search is going on. If you can believe it or not, 10 trillion times longer than all of the books in the world is what the catalog looks like for the World Wide Web. It's huge. So if a potential customer would search for something like yoga pants, then what Google is going to do is it's going to look at what is relevant to yoga pants, and then it's going to put them in order. It's going to consider certain things. So if you're looking for yoga pants that have special pockets, then it's going to pull those niche designers that might have special pockets. If you're looking for yoga pants and you're located in a certain area, let's use Pennsylvania. So if I am located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but you are in Philadelphia, then when the store organic results pop up, our results are going to look different because my results are going to show stores nearby Pittsburgh and yours is going to show stores nearby Philadelphia. So this is ideally how the search index works and the crawling works. And the goal of this workshop is to help you understand how the search works, but even greater than that, how you can show up whenever someone is searching for something that you offer in your business. So let's go ahead and move in and talk about search engine optimization. So I am very curious, like who knows what search engine optimization is and has it running on their website and with their business right now? Put an exclamation point in the chat if you are aware of it and are utilizing it right now. Awesome. So I'm glad to see a lot of you are using SEO, and I hope the information that we share will help you to refresh what you have set up already. And also for those who are not using it, it gives you some insight on its importance and why you should use it. So the first way that your business may show up in the search results is those organic, or what we like to call natural results, meaning that those are the ones that just kind of come based off of the information that is built into your website, and it correlates with what your searcher is looking for. So this is an example of how search results might look for different people that are searching in, let's say, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania versus Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Again, we talked about that. The search results are going to naturally look different. In the slide that you're looking at now, you can see that the website for Trait Street Jam, how it appears in the organic results. So the organic results is that big part that is right underneath usually the ads that are at the top. It's in like the left center of the page. Those are the things that are organically coming up. As you could see in the slide here, these organic search results are really heavily built out because their website is built out really well. So you may be wondering, like, how is it that Google decides what websites to show and in what order? And the way that we do that is through signals. So what we do is we look at the different web pages and decide how they should appear based off of the content, the relevancy of the information, how recently it is updated, so we can go ahead and have those signals point to the search and show up in the results. So organic results are absolutely different from paid search results. So some of you may be, a lot of people have the goal is to have their website show up organically without having to invest in paid advertising, which we'll talk about a little later. But how your site is ranking when it comes to your organic search is really a matter of your site being the most useful answer to the searcher. So you want to make sure that your website is giving solutions to the problems that your potential searcher could be looking for. You do that by making sure that your content is updated. You make sure that your website is laid out well, and we're going to get into some of those tips now. So let's talk a little bit about SEO and what it is. So we could absolutely do a whole presentation on SEO, but we're going to give you a quick overview of it. So what we have here is that SEO is the techniques that improve your website's ranking in your Google search results. And what it does is SEO attracts a higher quantity, so you get more traffic on your site and a higher quality website visit. So you don't get people who just click in your site and leave, but they stay, they browse around, because it has put your information in front of someone who is interested in what you have to offer. SEO is extremely important whenever you're managing your website for your product. Even if you are running a service-based business and you're doing consulting, SEO is pivotal to the success of your business, because what happens is when you have a solid SEO set up, then the search engines are going to work for you to make sure they bring your potential customers to your website. The better your SEO is set up, the greater your ranking will be whenever it is time for you to pop up whenever someone is searching something relevant to you. Vicky has dropped in the chat the SEO starter guide for you. For those of you who have SEO already, and those of you who are looking to set it up, I highly recommend spending some time in the starter guide. It will help to get you to better understand SEO and give you some tools on how to integrate it into your brand. If you have any questions after reviewing it, know that you can always reach out. So let's talk about getting started with SEO, what that looks like on your website. We're going to cover 3 points, and then we're going to go into, I believe, 2 different tools that Google has, free tools that you can use. It might be 3 tools that you can use that'll help you boost your SEO. So number 1 is content. You want to focus on your content. As a website designer and developer, I often see people wanting to focus in on the actual visual appeal of their website, which is very important, but your content is everything. Why? Because remember, we talked about that search engine that crawls all of your pages. It's crawling the content. It's crawling those keywords that you have embedded not only in your site that someone sees, but when you work with your web developer, that content can be put into your titles and your page descriptions, which is our second point. So when you create your About Me page on your website, then you can put a description about that page so people can understand the history of the product or service that you offer, how you got started. Maybe in a snapshot, they'll be able to see your passion and your why. That's very important, because remember, when you're thinking from a lens of SEO, it's literally looking for the information that you have present on your site so it can pull you up. The last thing is being organized. So I'm very curious, drop in the chat an explanation point. If you've ever been to a site and you hover over one of the pages and there's this like a long list of sub pages, and then there's arrows so you can go into more pages. And by the time you click that, you're like confused as to what you were even looking at in the first place, and then you leave. Bria said, yes, absolutely. Let me know what an explanation point if you've experienced that, a page that was just overloaded with information and you just really didn't know how to navigate it. Navigation is really important on your site. You want to keep your information very organized so that people could know and understand. And not just people that's visiting, most importantly, the search engine crawlers. Google's going to be able to scan your site and it's organized, and they understand that, you know, the About Me page is going to link to your team page, and it all makes sense that the backlink for your product is connected to your overall description of your product, and it all makes sense and it connects. So you want to make sure that you do that. So there are many content management systems like WordPress or Wix that gives you the option to like enter in your descriptions and your titles pretty easily. And if you get stuck, I really encourage you to take this information, take it to your website developer and say, how can you help me ensure that there's titles and description and the organization of my site is clean and clear? So let's jump into some of the tools that can help you build up SEO. One of the things that I mentioned is keywords. So keywords are really important. Everybody should have a keywords list for their brand. I want you to drop me an explanation point in the chat again if you have keywords for your brand already. Keywords are super important. The tip is to embed your keywords in the content on your website and in your titles and descriptions, because the keywords that connect to your business are the ones that people are probably most likely to search for. But sometimes what we think people are searching for, they're not even really searching for. So Google Trends is a free tool that can help you research content strategies and refine your marketing messages for your website. I love Google Trends because, again, it challenges us to look at keywords and what people are searching and what is relevant based off of real-time trending information versus what we think. Now, I am not going to water down by any means what you think are your keywords for your business, but I want you to have a list of what you think are the keywords and then a list of what you know are keywords. So whenever you explore Google Trends, then it's going to allow you to type in, maybe you can start with the industry that you're in. I see someone earlier had an administrative business. So maybe you can type in administrative assistant into Google Trends. It's going to tell you what states. You can even go down to the cities that administrative assistant is trending in. Then there's this section, that's my favorite section. It's going to show you what people are searching for, what's rising, meaning it is on the rise of being a viral or popular search. And it's going to show you what the top one is. Those can be potential keywords for you. You might find that people are searching virtual assistant more. You might find that people are researching AI, and that's a top search query. This is just giving you guys an example of what trend could do. So if my colleague on the line who has a virtual assistant or an admin business sees that AI or Chat GPT is a trending topic, then it might be a great idea for her to release an article, make some marketing and social media content for that. And then if she offers a service that teaches people how to best use AI, then she can go ahead and make sure she adds that to keywords into her website, as well as hashtags in her posting. So Trends is an absolutely powerful tool to help you understand what is relevant for your business at the moment. So let me know in the chat. Give me a 1 if you are going to consider using Google Trends, and give me a 2 if you're still unsure about it. Let me know in the chat. It's very, very easy to use. Highly recommend it. Once you do a search, if you find anything really, really good for your business and you apply it, please reach out to me and let me know. I love to hear about it. It is also just help review it with you so we can make it grow even more. So this is an example activity of where you can test out Google Trends. I won't stay on this too long because I know my Temple family oftentimes has a lot of questions, but if you want to, you could screenshot this slide and practice using Google Trends for your business. So here are a couple of other technical things that affect SEO. So we already talked about the content, the title and descriptions, as well as the organization, but let's talk about some other things. Number 1 is if your website is loading quickly. Give me an explanation point in the chat if you have been anxious to visit a website. I always use the example of a restaurant because I love to eat. And if I find a restaurant, the reviews are good, the pictures look great, I click on the website to see the menu, and all I see is a white page and it's scrolling. And then I see at the top that it's loading. How many of you had that happen? Put an explanation point in the chat. And the first thing you do is you leave. So now you have to find somewhere else to go. So loading time is so important. You want to test the loading of your website and making sure that it's loading fast for people. You also want to make sure that it shows up properly on different browsers. Now, people usually understand the devices, mobile, desktop, tablet, but people often miss the browsers. Right now, I primarily use Google Chrome as my browser, but there's other browsers. And sometimes if you don't check your website on the different browsers, it could show up differently. So you want to make sure you check that. Safari, Chrome, Firefox, Edge are a couple that I can name. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you another tool, which is mobile friendly. So this is a test that when you put your website in here, it is going to actually test how easily a potential customer can use your website on their phone. So it's going to give you like a report and let you know like how fast it's loading. It might give you some tips on how to improve it. All you have to do is enter in your site and pull up your score. So Vicky dropped the link in the chat. I encourage any of you to run the test now. If anyone wants to run the test now and pop back in the chat and share results, I absolutely encourage you to do that. Here's another tool. It was 3. I thought it was 3. The last one that we'll talk about in this section is Google Search Console. So Google Search Console is a very, very powerful tool that helps to measure your website traffic and your performance, and it's going to let you know if there's issues on your site that you need to fix. So many of you have probably seen the error 404 code, or like clicking on a link to a page and it's broken or it's not going anywhere. If you have Google Search Console loaded as a tool, and it is absolutely free, then it might pull that issue out for you. You might not be able to fix it because maybe you're not a designer or developer, but you can then get those issues and send that report to your developer and have them fix those issues. It's also going to give you some tips on how to improve your Google search results. It's really a tool that's used by SEO specialists. So if you really want to tap into SEO, Google Search Console is it. And again, it may sound like it's technical, but I really encourage you to go ahead and sign up for it and try it out. it's not as technical as you may perceive it to be, but what it is going to do is help you to make some really strategic technical decisions for your website and help move your marketing in a way that is more influential versus what we think or what we see other people doing, but what's going to work best for your business. It's a powerful tool, especially when you pair it with Google Trends that we just learned about. Also analytics, which is a free tool that gives you data and insights on your website, and also Google Ads, which we'll talk about some more. Vicki has dropped the link for Google Search Console in the chat already. And I encourage you all to sign up for that. And I want to know in the chat, if you are going to try out Google Search Console, type 1 for yes, give me a 2 if you're still unsure about it. I see a nothing but 1, so I'm very happy. And again, we are here for you. So if you have a question, if you start setting it up and you're unsure of something or you have additional questions, just go ahead and reach out to me via email and I will gladly answer your question. So I do want us to do this activity if possible. So get ready to report back to the chat if you can. So I want to see, now that we went over search engine optimization, I'm very curious of where you stand right now whenever you search yourself on Google. So instead of typing in your business name directly, I want you to think of a word or a phrase that's related to your business, maybe one of your keywords, and you can even use near me. And go ahead and do that in a search and let me know what you see about your website. Do you like what you see? What came up whenever you typed that in? Did your business come up? What page did it come up on? Let me know. I see that there are a couple questions. I'm going to give you guys just about a minute or so to do the search. JJ, I see that you mentioned Google Alerts. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. I will send that up to the Google team. I love Google Alerts. It is an excellent tool. And I actually don't know if we talk about it in any of our workshops, but for business owners, for speakers, for anybody, it's a great tool. So when you set up Google Alerts, you can set it up on any topic. And whenever there is a news article or something trending about that topic, it's going to deliver that right to your inbox. It's very helpful if you are like a public speaker or a business trying to build exposure and get more media press. If you do a Google alert on your own name, it's going to let you know if a new article pops up online for you. So JJ, thanks so much for bringing that up. And I will absolutely include it in my notes to have some integration of that in some of our workshops. So has anybody did the search results? Let me know. I see Sandra said that there was, oh gosh, a ton of searches. Femininely Free, I believe, is her business. All right, wonderful. So let me know what you're finding in the chat. Oh, awesome. So Sandra saying she showed up first out of 2 million. Is that million or billion? That's a lot of zeros. That's a lot about all of those search results. So, and then we have Sabrina, which Sabrina, a lot of people are in this boat. I didn't show up at all. So then that's why you're here today, because it's going to show there's changes that need to be made. Someone is saying that they showed up on the first page about 5 organic results search down. So that is good. That's good. So again, this is an activity that you can do at any time to make sure that as you are integrating some of these tools into your business and you're making changes to your marketing, these are ways for you to measure your success on that. So if you have any other questions, please drop them in the chat. I am about to move into the next segment, and this is one of my favorite products that we offer, which is the Google Business Profile. So I'm very curious, who has a Google Business Profile? Type 1 for yes, 2 for no. And if you do have a Google Business Profile and it's benefited your business in any way, let us know in the chat. Sometimes that testimony helps one of your colleagues to just take that step and that time to go ahead and set up their profile. So I see a lot of people have their business profile. So I'm going to go through some tips and topics about the business profile and making sure that it's set up. If those of you who have it, please go ahead and drop any questions that you might have in the chat. And then hopefully you'll learn some things in this updated workshop that will help you renew everything. So this might be new to some of you all, because what I have learned is that a lot of people set their business profiles up, and there has been a lot of changes to Google Business Profile in recent years. So once upon a time, we used to be able to actually go to the business profile and it was like a separate kind of dashboard, but now it's built right into Google search. So as you can see on the slide, if once you are logged into the email that is associated with your profile account, if you type in the name of that business, you're going to be able to navigate and make changes, get your review link, so on and so forth, right there from the dashboard right there in the search results. So Google Business Profile is awesome. You can make posts on Google Business Profile. You can make sure you are putting updated products and pictures of your storefront or pictures of you engaging with a client. I tell people that your business profile is like your digital storefront. It's literally like your store online. So you want to make it vibrant. You want to make it attention getting. You want to put information in your description, features, and you definitely want to get reviews. So let's go ahead and talk about how you can use your business profile and you can engage with customers in that way. So we're going to talk about three things. We're first going to talk about posts. So what posts can do, and I just did a workshop, a similar workshop on business profile, and I had people say that they didn't even know that they could make posts on their business profile. Well, the posts are amazing because you can literally treat your business profile, which I must remind you is housed and stationed on Google, which is the #1 search engine in the world, to post information about your business. So the very post that you create and content you create to go out for social media, I highly encourage people to update that information on their business profile. You can put pictures. I believe you can put videos. You can put links in there. There's even a section where you can do offers and events. Literally, it is another form of social media. So make posts on your business profile. The second thing, which I think is one of the most important things, I love a good business profile. And one of the very first things I look at is the first cluster of pictures on top. And then I look at the stars, and then it's straight to the reviews. And I always filter the reviews to see the most recent ones too, not just the top ones. So reviews are important. Whatever your kind of flow is as a consumer in looking at a business profile, I want you to think about the fact that your potential customer has some type of process too. And we want to make sure we're showing up the best. So you want to make sure that you review the reviews that you are receiving. And then not only do you want to review them, you want to respond to them. Respond to the reviews that are on your profile, even if they're negative. If they're negative, people usually want to remove them, but Google is not going to remove a review unless it violates our content policy. But then what you want to do is then respond to that, apologize for how they feel, and maybe state some of your policy that might justify why you did what you did, or ask for an offline conversation that can help you to rectify how that customer feels. You would not imagine how you respond to a review online. It increases the integrity of your business. The last feature I want to talk about is messages. So you have the capacity to turn on a messaging feature. So say if someone is visiting a neighborhood and you have a local boutique or a flower shop per se, and they type in a florist near me, and then your business profile pops right up because they're right in the area. Say they're looking for sunflowers to take to the their host home, they can message you and say, do you have sunflowers in stock? If you have your messaging turned on, and it would come through just like a regular message on your phone. It's a very powerful tool, and it shows that you are accessible to customers in more ways than just picking up the phone or filling out a contact form on your website. So these are the steps to get your business profile set up. You want to go to google.com/business, and you either have to claim your profile if there's already like a business created. And I don't want you to get nervous if there is. Sometimes if other people like your business, but you haven't created a profile, they might still post about your business. So Google knows that people are asking about it. So then you can claim it, or you can complete one. Then it's going to either have you verify it. Sometimes it comes through text, through email. If you have a service-based business, more than likely they're going to send you a postcard, because they have to make sure that all of the businesses that apply are actually verified and legit. But while you are waiting for your verification to happen, you want to update all your information in your profile, put your hours in there. When you are in the, I think it's the edit profile section, there's a more info column. And when you go to the more info column, you can add badges to your Google business profile, such as a Black owned business, Latina owned business, LGBTQ plus business, Indigenous. There's several different ones. So I'll just spend some time and kind of beef up your business profile. So I'm very curious. I want to know if there's any questions on the Google business profile. And Courtney, I see your question and comment about your business being verified, and you keep getting calls to verify it. That's probably, so what I have been noticing and hearing from a lot of people is there are like third-party agencies, or say marketing or administrative agencies, that are selling a service that might help someone set up their business profile, or they may come into your storefront. I've had several local businesses that I frequent tell that to me. I've had someone show up at my business and say, do you want to pay, $600 in order to get your business found better on maps? They are selling their ability to help you do it. And I can understand that that is annoying. It's likely not Google. It's someone that's trying to gain your business to, help their business, and quote unquote, help you. You can come to these workshops for free. Vicki and I have both dropped our emails. We're available if you have questions. It's absolutely, I don't know if it's so much a scam. I think it's, but yeah, some of the language that they use can come off scammy, because they make you think that they're Google, right? So I just want to just caution you all to vet that and make sure that you're not trusting that it's Google. If you have questions, again, you can always reach out. Sandra, at the end of this presentation, there's going to be a slide that you can screenshot that literally has all the links that we went over today. So Sabrina, you can reach out to me directly about your profile saying that you're verified, but it also says waiting. I'm not too sure about that. It's a question that I can't quite answer during today's session, but if you email me directly, I will definitely help. And yes, John, if they're wanting you to pay to be verified, you're receiving confirmation in this workshop today. You do not have to pay to be verified. It's a completely free service. So if they're asking you to pay, you're paying for them to help you fill out your business profile, and you don't have to do that. We will help you, and it is easy enough. So if there's no more questions, I didn't see any questions directly that I can answer about the business profile. So I'm going to move into our last section, which is talking about advertising. So I'm very curious, like how many of you have used Google Ads before? I'm sorry, Vicky, I'm asking this question a little earlier, but give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no if you've used Google Ads before. I don't know if it's Bria or Bria. Your question is whether there's ways to have a Google business account without having to pay a monthly fee. So a Google business profile is absolutely free. There's no monthly fee involved with it. If you mean Google Workspace, which is where you have your email and things like that, that is a paid service. There's honestly very few like paid services through Google, but Workspace is one, and ads that we're about to talk about is one as well. So it looks like many of you haven't ran ads before. So I'm really excited to jump into this. And I want to show you all this video, which is very inspirational to me, that is about a learner that has used ads to grow her business.
Everybody likes jam. Who doesn't like jam? Seriously, I dream about flavors. Trade Street Jam Company makes low sugar vegan jams for pretty much everything under the sun. Honey, do you know how many things you can do with this jam? You can make cocktails, you can put on roasted meats or veggies, oatmeal. The uses are endless. I've been a chef for about 15 years. I needed something fun to do after work. I'm not a big like TV watcher. I would stop at this like store on the way home, grab a bunch of fruit, anything like weird and exotic that they had. And I start cooking. I start jamming. Too much? You don't like the puns?
You like the bananas, honey?
Yeah. My husband is my test dummy, I guess you could say.
Want some more?
You like mommy's cookie?
When I started Trade Street, I was selling on another e-commerce platform, and we were also selling a lot of jam in person. But COVID hit and all the markets shut down, which freaked me out. I'm already scared about being a new mommy. And then on top of that, I'm worried about the life of my business. People started ordering specialty food online. So we immediately had to pivot and focus all of my efforts on selling online. When people go on Google and they search jam or jelly, I want them to be able to find my brand. With Google Ads, they can type those things in and I pop up. You guys, that's huge. Being able to sell on our website, it really did save us. I couldn't imagine going back to not using Google products. We went from making 2,000 jars every 2 months to making 2,000 jars every 2 weeks. Our sales increased by 1,000%. It was crazy. I've hired 4 or 5 different contractors. Hiring feels amazing. I think it's so important for our product to have a story behind it. I think when people see a woman behind the brand, a person of color, it just really adds something to that jar other than jam.
Oh, you kiss mommy. You kiss the mommy.
I want Zola to be able to grow up and look at me and say, like, my mom did that. I wouldn't trade that for the world.
So that's absolutely my favorite learner video. Like someone, small business just like us that use Google Ads to grow their business. Let me know in the chat, like how did that make you feel? Like, what did you think when you were watching that video? Sandra said it's so precious. Yes, to see that the transfer of legacy, how she's being so successful for herself, but it's really for her daughter. The statistic that gets me is she said she was making 2,000 jars every 2 months, and she started running ads, and then now they're doing 2,000 jars every 2 weeks. That is phenomenal. Someone else said they see potential. I love that. I do too. I'm inspired every time I see that. I do, before we go into ads, I do want to just make sure that I help you all understand that with ads and marketing comes a lot of strategy. You don't want to just on a whim just start an ad. I don't know, maybe you're feeling lucky one day and you want to do it, go for it, but it's a very strategic move. So everything we talked about up until now if you activated all of those things, your business profile, search console, SEO, Google Trends to learn more about your business, analytics, what I briefly touched on. If you have all of those things moving, then you'll be able to pull information from that to make you create the best ad with the best keywords and the best message so it can be successful. So many people see the free ad credit that comes with setting up analytics or a business profile, and they see $500 and they run an ad and they just put whatever in there, and then they're frustrated because it didn't work. But you really have to put some focus and intention into creating an ad. I highly recommend, like I said, setting all that stuff up. We have workshops that are specific, like a whole workshop on ads. Attend the workshop, get all the knowledge before you take that big step, okay? So let's talk about where ads appear on Google and our tons of partners' websites. So when we do advertising, it is a pay per click advertising. In other words, what that means is that you only pay whenever someone takes the action, like clicking on your ad to go to your website or picking up the phone to call your business. So what the ads do is they are going to now act as another layer to reach people who are searching for what you have. So again, that's why I said it's so important to set up everything else, because now you have these other things that are already working to put you up there. And now ads is going to take it up a whole nother level. I want to make sure I introduce the display network to you, because the display network, it makes sure your ad can go across the millions of partner sites that we have. That's why you see ads whenever you are watching a YouTube video and things of that nature. So I do want to talk about smart campaigns. There are both smart campaigns and search campaigns whenever you do ads, but with Google Ads, and for a first timer, which most of you all may be, doing a smart campaign is going to be your best bet. It is designed for small businesses and new advertisers. They're flexible. You get to choose your goal. You get to choose your content, and it works with any budget that you have. There's no contracts, no fees. So Vicky's already dropped the link for you to get started. I am going to go through this checklist step by step that will help you to get your smart campaign started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and enter in your business name. So you are going to enter in the name of your business and how it should appear. Then once you do that, you're going to put in your website. So you want to put in the website, and I do want to emphasize that this might not be your website's homepage. So if my website is smartwater.com, but I am wanting to run an ad on a brand new flavor of Smart Water. Sorry, y'all, I'm promoting Smart Water, not intentionally. It's just sitting in front of me. But if I wanted to create an ad for a new flavor called passion fruit lemonade or something, then I might have that ad go directly to smartwater.com/passion fruit lemonade or /new flavor. You want to direct your ad to wherever you want people to land at on your website. Then you want to preview the landing page. So now it's going to show you what the web page is going to look like on both your desktop as well as your mobile. So you want to make sure it's just easy to access and inviting. Now you want to set a goal for your advertising. So why is it that you want to run this ad? Are you looking to get more calls? Are you looking to get more signups for your free consultation? Do you want more visits to the store? You can have more than one goal, but you do not want to run an ad without having a goal. And then you also want to consider, if you have more than one goal, you might want to run separate ads for the different goals, but just assess that as you are kind of processing the information. The next step is you're going to actually write your ad. So this slide is showing you the fields that you're going to fill out to write your ad. It has an automatic character count, so it'll let you know how much space you have. And then it'll also show you a preview of what it will look like on that right-hand side. So one of the things that I want to emphasize is there's a checkbox that allows you to include a call button with your ad. So if one of your goals is to get more calls directly to your store, you want to add the call button. So then when the ad pops up, then you're going to notice people are clicking that button and they're directly calling you, which meaning your ad is working. So with smart campaigns, they use keyword themes and make sure that you show up in front of the right people. So the keyword themes might be related to the product or the service that you are looking to advertise. So again, that wraps back to Google Trends and SEO when we talked about that keyword list. So the smart campaign will automatically generate some related ones for you, and you can also select ones or edit them as well. A very important step is selecting your location. So you want to select the geographic location that you want your ads to actually appear in. Again, if you are rushing to do an ad, then you might just throw something up there, and then next thing you know, now you feel like your ad's not working. But if you find through your analytics and your performance that a lot of your hits on your website are coming from a particular city, or something is trending in a particular city, then you might want to focus your ad that way. You can do it through zip codes, cities, region, or even a radius around the address. And even while your ad is running, you can adjust them if you need to. One of the most important steps, the most worrisome steps for a lot of small business owners is, I don't have money to run an ad. Well, with Google Ads, you can set your own budget. So what then happens is you set a maximum budget, and then what Google does is it will only spend based off of your maximum budget, and you will only charge for the clicks that you receive. So if your maximum monthly budget is $150, but your ad only spends $10, you are only going to be charged $10 and not $150. And then the last step is just to review your campaign. So you want to review it, make sure everything looks good, and run it. Another key point is to remember you can edit any part of your ad at any time. You want to set up your billing and then go ahead and submit it. And now you have your smart campaign. Once it is up and running, you want to go back and check on it. You want to look at the performance. You want to look at maybe variations of the ads and making any edits to make sure that the ad is running the way that you want it to run. So Temple family, we cover a lot today. Before I move into my final closing, I do want to know if any of you are going to try Google Ads. So give me a 1 in the chat if you are going to try Google Ads. Awesome. So again, everybody who said they're going to try something, when you try it, I want you to report back to me. Let me know how it's going. If you need me to take a look at your ad before you submit it, I would love to look at your profile to make sure everything's good. I am here for that. So please reach out. I do want to point out that my colleagues at Temple put in some surveys that you can complete, and I really encourage you to complete those surveys. Temple is an amazing partner, and they provide great workshops for you all. So please take the time and complete their survey. So I'm going to go ahead and run over a recap and give you some resources. I'm going to take a long pause on this slide that has all of the links that we covered today. I recommend that everyone screenshot that slide. I may be able to send the screenshot to Rachel if she's sending out the recording to everyone. Vicky will let me know if I'm not allowed to do that. I think I can at least do that one. So we talked about how you can appear on Google and the importance of showing up in the search results. And these were our 3 core tools we talked about. We talked about SEO and organic search results. We talked about your business profile and ads and how all of these 3 tools can help you reach customers online better. I want to hear from you now. Tell me, what is your next step? What are you going to do today or before the end of the week to really help grow your online presence? And what really stood out to you from today's presentation? I saw a question about workshops on SEO, and That's a good question. So definitely, I think the Google Ads workshop, analytics will probably help with SEO. Vicky, is there another one that we offer that would be helpful with SEO?
I
Those are
know
the,
that recently in one of our meetings, I think they talked about possibly creating an actual workshop on
that would be
SEO.
wonderful.
I know, wouldn't that be wonderful? So let's see, maybe we can bring it up at our next meeting again, like a little friendly reminder.
Yes, and then also any of the workshops that focus on website development, like make your website work for you. Definitely make your website work for you. I think probably touches on SEO. But again, I could talk to my colleagues at Temple, and when we move into scheduling some more workshops in the fall, maybe that's something that we can focus in on. I really appreciate you all being so active and engaged today. I'm so glad to see the feedback of what you all are going to do next. I'm going to that slide that I want you all to screenshot. So please go ahead and screenshot this slide. It gives you all of the resources that we covered in today's workshop. And then Vicky has just dropped several other slides, not slides, but links to resources like our YouTube page. We post things every Thursday. Our Google career certificates. If you're looking to grow deeper in a digital marketing area, a certificate would really help set that really good foundation for you. And as well, just our google.com/grow, which is a tool for everyone. And then lastly, you can fill out our survey and let the Google team know how you felt about today's workshop. But I really appreciate you all. We have a power-packed, like almost like a 3-day, workshop series next month with Temple. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's 2 or 3 days, but we'll have some marketing focused websites, marketing focused workshops next month at the end of the month. So make sure you register for those as well. And I'm going to turn it back over to Rachel. Vicky, thank you for all your assistance today.
Thank you so much. I wanted to.
I do have a quick comment for Rachel.
Yeah.
Sorry, my computer's acting really weird today. Rachel, let's talk about, when you get a chance, how you can get access to the Grow with Google professional certificates for your group for
Absolutely.
free.
Yeah, absolutely talk about that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I so greatly appreciate you spending the time with us. I put our survey in the chat, and the Grow with Google surveys in there as well. I know there are some questions about SEO. I'm popping in a recording to an SEO webinar that the SBDC completed. So I am happy to share that with all of you guys, and you're welcome to take a look at that. I want to say a special thank you to Soleil and Vicky for spending some time with us. I know I really enjoyed the workshop, and I hope you all did too. All right. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.